Assalamualaikum and hello guys. So today we are going to discuss quiz for carbonyl compounds. So this is our first question number 1, where we have reactions of acetophenone M. So acetophenone has a benzene ring and also ketone, and then it has a methyl group at the end. Okay, so the first question is to draw the structures of N, P and Q. So let's look one by one. Okay, starting with formation of N. Okay, so M will undergo reaction with alcohol in the presence of concentrated acid, H+. Okay, so here we have to think of what bond cleavage it will undergo when we are involving alcohol. So is it the RO bond cleavage of your alcohol, or is it the ROH bond cleavage of your alcohol? So in this case, when reacting with your ketone, it will be this one, okay, OH bond cleavage. So what's going to happen is that this part will be a delta minus, this will be a delta plus, and this will be a delta plus, and this will be a delta minus. Okay, so what will happen is that this oxygen here, this whole part here, your OR group, will attach to this carbon. Okay, so you will have your OR group here, and this oxygen will become your OH. Okay, alright, so that's N. And then your P and Q, we're going to look at what reagent we have. So we have alkaline iodine. Okay, so this is actually your iodoform test. You know that your iodoform test is to detect your methyl carbonyl or methyl carbinol. Okay, so all means your alcohol, carbonyl means your C double bond O. So in this case, we have a methyl carbonyl. Okay, so that means that your P and Q will be carboxylic ion and triiodomethane. So how does your carboxylic ion look like? It will be C double bond O, O minus, while your triiodomethane will be CH, I3 with downwards arrow. That means that it is your precipitate. Okay, yellow precipitate to be specific. Okay, so this requires a lot of knowledge in organic chemistry. Okay, so next we are going to look at the second question, which is giving reagents of R, S and T. Okay, so R here, S and T here. So let's look at R first. Okay, so this reaction is involving your benzene ring. Okay, and then your benzene ring now has a ketone, right? C double bond O and a methyl group at the end. So this means that your hydrogen here is being substituted with this. Okay, with this substituent. Alright, so what reactions does your benzene ring undergo? There are 4 reactions, okay, for electrophilic, aromatic, substitution. Okay, so you have nitration, you have halogenation, and then you have 2 types of Friedel-Crafts, which is your alkylation and your acylation. Okay, so this one will be Friedel-Crafts acylation. You need to know how to write the name properly if you are asked for the name of reaction. Okay, so this will be acylation because you can see that you have C double bond O here. That means that you must have reacted your benzene ring with R, C double bond O, Cl, which is an acyl compound, in the presence of a Lewis acid. Okay, so the Lewis acid is specific for acylation, so look back at that. Okay, alright, so that's R, and then we need to know what is S and T. So we're going to look here. Okay, this is your ketone, and then you have CH, OH, CH3. So how does it actually look like? So if you draw it in a skeletal structure, okay, we have OH, CH, OH, and then CH3. Okay, so it will look like this. So if you compare M and U, here we have C double bond O, and here we have your COH, your alcohol. Okay, dia jadi macam ni. So what happens to your oxygen here? Your oxygen, it has gained a hydrogen atom. So this is your reduction reaction, right? Okay, because they gain hydrogen, alright? It is being reduced. So what reagents will you be using, can you use for reduction of your ketone? So you have to remember those, okay? So that's the first question. And sorry. So we have one more question, Roman 3. Suggest a chemical test to differentiate M and U. Okay, state the observation and write the reaction equation. So here we have M, C double bond O, and U, C, OH, your alcohol. So if you look closely, you should notice that these two are methyl carbonyl, and this is methyl carbinol. So clearly you cannot use iodoform test, okay? You need to use a chemical test that will distinguish between carbonyl and alcohol, okay? So either dia akan bagi positive test for carbonyl and negative test for non-carbonyl, or positive test for alcohol and negative test for non-alcohol, okay? So if you look at your answers, you can use Brady's test or Lucas test, okay? So make sure to write, state the observation clearly, okay? It should be tally, okay? And write the reaction equation for both the reactions, alright? Okay, so that's question number 1.